Ah, the Gnoat pen. Noko never leaves this place. She's always put the living things first.
Puri kumbala muma. Bola kodo.
Nooks isn't an easy language, but at least it's manageable. She says she is so happy to see you again.
Beri kodo tuku.
She wonders if you remember her. She's Noko. She let you ride her Majut when you were a kid.
Beri?
Noko remembers you used to chase around with so much energy and is glad to see you haven't lost any of that spark.
Sadurutu.
But that's all long gone now, though. Memories show us where we've been, not where we're going.
Sadurutu.
Believes everyone needs direction in this broken world. Your only hope is that you'll end up in a good place once all this is over.
Dere pial tu ma.
Noko remembers those days too, but she never lets herself wallow in them, no matter how tempting that can be.
Kanamunta ariaroche nui mumera.
She sees you're back to buck with Lupa Lupin. Can't see how there's any way to avoid that now. Not for long, at least.
Drobalu. Andro?
She says the horrors of your younger days were enough to ruin anyone, but not you. You've got all that cheer about you still.
Vaiseno kasaman warutala. Kialdo male kanoto.
Noko says history is like the trail you've been on. You can walk back down it any time you like, until it's worn smooth. But you get to blaze your own trail from here. Then you are stronger than her. She can't help wanting Lupa Lupin to pay for what he did to her Gnoats, despite the fact it's against her nature. Asks how many paths you've wandered in the world, and if you ever wonder about what might have changed if you'd taken different ones. The choices can be overwhelming, but you have to choose, or you just stay where you are. And what kind of choice is that? Hates to think of what's going to happen to all the Gnoats when the world dies. Nothing left to care for. Likes that you stood up for the world and spurred your way toward helping it out. Can't believe you joined up with the Jagni. They're constantly pecking around looking for things to swipe. If by loose you mean not nailed down, they keep trying to rustle her Gnoats. But let's not speak of that now. She has an idea where the Majut might have gone, as there's no other place it likes as much as its own corner of the open wild. She's even named it the Majut Meadow. The Majut will recognize the scent you've attracted while being here, so it'll probably trust you enough to follow you. You should lead the Majut back here when you find it. It's going to take time to get it calm enough to be able to ride out to the World Eater. She's sad that something as wild as the hoof puff can't be tamed, but has to come to terms with the fact that you need to stop it. Wonder where we can get some ride shoes for the mount. You found the Majut meadow. Watch out for the Majut. Who can stand against that? The sky is as bright as it's going to be.
Sanna jote huri kumbalamuma.
Now that the Majut is back in the pen, it seems calm, but Noko is still concerned.
Ritsentende.
She says the Majut is still anxious, but fortunately she knows just the thing it needs to calm down.
Kala kamonu.
The Majut once found and ate a bonbon gummy by mistake, and that the chewing really calmed it down.
Masamma kala. Inadabsunka.
She says that you should find some bonbon gummies for the Majut by the crossway. At least, that's where she found some last time.
Dropalu kanamunt. Pialtuma.
It's easy to describe. A crossway is where roads meet in a knot and merge. This one is in Sector 7J, if you're familiar with Out-of-Date's map. Let's see. Look at those notices on the board. Too bad the Gnoats couldn't read them. If you wander around here, you might find Noko. She just loves those Gnoats. Once the power ran out, it made sense to ride Gnoats, and that tradition continued through the years. Nope, you still have to feed them, but food's easier to find than go juice. Watch your step here, and you might find tracks of another traveler. Listen to all that night noise. Found it, even under all the muck in the Gnoat pen. Hard to believe the Gnoats didn't trample it. They seem faster than you, and don't forget that when you ride them, they do all the work to keep you moving. Make sure you know how to get back. Let's see. Irradiated. Youch! Nothing's more important right now than this. The vendor says you can browse his goods anytime. Says there's usually a line, but... A crossway. This means you have a choice to make. Which way? It's a game of life, yours and everyone else's. Need a key? The story will go on as long as there is someone there to listen. Get the rhythm going well. One arm, then the other. Pumping good. Looking better. New days always start with hope. Locked up tight? That's a motored blind box dispenser. These auto markets were quite popular in the long gone for those who had coin left for fun. Cranks like these usually need to be wound to operate the dispenser. What you see is what you get, once it's out of the blind box, that is. So many creatures doing so many things during the day. You need to flick the switches in order to process power through the panel. Good. The loop is electrified enough to spark. Wheel the control box handles to buzz the wire. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Wired up and ready to go. This day is as good as it's going to get. Says you should join the fun and start taking what you want.
Me kõõma küll.
Says... Just find your footing. The day is wasting. Time to get to it.
Verena masalapu.
With its attention diverted to the chewy bonbon gummy, the Majut calms down. But Noko is still concerned.
Beri kamonu. Pendrin senama.
She's relieved the Majut has calmed down, but you'll need a heavier sit-tight to ride it than the one she's got.
Amu.
The only sit-tight she can think of that would be heavy enough is one she's spotted mounted on an old-world mecha-Majut.
Sanna yote. Kanamunt.
If she remembers correctly, she spotted it at the Smilo shopperia while scavenging for treats for the Gnoats. That's not so far away.
Kala amu. Anora kapapong.
Seems the old world had plenty to offer, an all-in-one place for those obsessed with material things. Almost too much, if you ask her.